Hi, I'm Michael Washburn with Utica College's Albanian Field School. Behind me is the center of the action in the ancient city of Butrint. What you're looking at is an ancient Greek amphitheater modified by the Romans, and probably one of the most iconic sites on the island. If you follow me, I'll show you the rest of the sites. One of the most impressive sites here in Butrint is the Great Basilica. This is a 6th century baptistry and one of my personal favorite sites here. This comes from Butrint's Christian era, well past the Greeks and well past the Romans, and marks the beginning of the real transition over to Christianity in the later Byzantine Empire. It's actually intact. Believe it or not, this particular building managed to survive several wars, earthquakes, fires, and transitions, even the Great Schism of 1054. One of the most interesting features of the Great Basilica is what you can't see. Underneath the floor is mosaic, just like this. And in fact, in many locations throughout Butrint, there are some impressive mosaics, from the Triconch Palace to the old baptistry not far from here. Butrint has become famous and well connected with its various mosaics. And for those of you into the classics, it was parts of these very walls that Virgil himself referenced in the Aeneid when he called the city of Butrint a little Troy. Not only is Butrint attached to the ocean, but on the far side of the island, we have our very own lake. And if you like seafood, most of our meals would come from right here. Now that's fresh. Another trait that separates Butrint from other archaeological parks in the Mediterranean is the fact that Butrint is still largely unexcavated. Less than 8% of the overall island has actually been excavated by archaeologists over its 60 or 70-year history of excavations. If you follow me through this forest here, we'll wrap around to one of the other sections of the island that actually has been excavated. And while you're here, enjoy the shade. As a student of history and archaeology, this particular piece of stone here appeals to me. It shows how over time, what once would have rested at an 8th century BC temple and been a beautiful relief, eventually found its way over the centuries to become part of an old fortification in a medieval wall. This is the Lion's Gate, and incidentally where Butrint gets parts of its namesake from. Butrint, or in ancient Greek, Butrothrum, was directly translated to City of the Bull. And if you're into recreation, the trails in Butrint Park will keep even the best of you out of breath.